Hello and welcome to your opposite actions video. This is a skill that you would want to use when you want to change an emotion that you are having. It's especially useful when acting on that emotional urge would do you little or no good or even do you some amount of harm. So now let's say if you have a fear of public speaking and it is getting in the way of speaking or asking questions and participating in groups every time you're having a public speaking situation or a lecture discussion and things like that. And in these situations, the feelings that come up is you feel like running away, you feel like hiding, you feel like not participating and not staying silent in a corner. So in these situations, the opposite of what you'd want to do would be to speak up, to participate or to engage in the conversation, right? So opposite action is nothing but the same idea, and you can use this skill for any and every emotion you want to change or any and every emotion that's making you do something which you want to change. So, to practice opposite action, the first step would be to identify the emotion that you want to change. So, is it fear? Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it shame? Or is it jealousy? So, what is the emotion that you want to change essentially? Okay, and in order to be able to do that, you may want to tune into your body to determine what exactly are you feeling when that is happening. So if it is sadness, do you feel like crying, or is there a happiness in your body maybe somewhere, or are your thoughts racing, are your hands clammy? Then maybe the emotion that you're experiencing might be fear. So once you've identified your emotion, the next step would be to identify and to describe what it is that you feel like doing. That is, what are your action urges? So everybody's action urges when they are experiencing difficult emotions can be different. Even in the face of the same emotion, the action urges can be different. So for example, when there is fear, for somebody the action urge would be to run away. For somebody it may to just be in one corner and sit silently. So for anger, some people may have an urge to attack, or some people might want to ignore the person completely. So in this situation, you have to ask yourself, what is the action urge that you are feeling? Are you feeling shameful? Do you feel like hiding? So in this situation, the opposite action might be to stop hiding until somebody supports you about what you're feeling. And if you're feeling sad, your action urge might be to withdraw or isolate. And the opposite action would be to get active and to engage in activities that you like to do. And for this skill to work, it is very important for you to carry out the opposite action all the way. That is, with your facial expressions, with your posture, and even with your thoughts and how you say things. Okay, so this means that when you're getting out of bed, okay, so if you're sad, you don't want to get out of bed. And when you're getting out of bed, rather than thinking that this is terrible, I don't want to do this, this is too hard, and I just want to stay in bed all day, the opposite action would be that you have to go all the way, you have to push your shoulders back, you have to get active, leave the bed. While you're doing that, think about the fact that you actually do want to do this, you do want to, leave the bed and to engage in these activities that is actually your choice. In another case, when you're struggling with anger and you have an urge to yell or criticize another person, the opposite action all the way would be to view the person kindly and to empathize with this person, to understand their point of view and act in accordance to that. And the key to understanding and practicing this skill and getting used to this skill is to keep doing it over and over again until you notice that the intensity of this difficult emotion that you're dealing with has decreased. And this skill can be very difficult to do, especially when you're right in the middle of that intense emotion. So you can take it step by step. And remember that when you want to change how you're feeling, the first thing is to identify the emotion, describe your action urge, identify the opposite action, and act opposite all the way and repeat it until that emotion changes for you. Initially, what you could do is you could maybe notice these emotions when they come up. You can first start by filling out the worksheets and understanding and identifying what would be your opposite actions, understanding even what are your action urges to specific emotions, and probably be prepared for it beforehand. and then when that emotion comes up, you will be able to engage in an opposite action that you have already planned. Also, if you're not able to do this at any point, remember that you're just learning these skills. So the first step is to probably make a mistake, and that is when you're going to understand what is it that you're doing wrong, what is it that you need to do better.